Yeah, why I'm here is because I was concerned as a business owner in the province of Alberta about the new mandates that the province was putting in related to the disclosure of information about my RNA and my genetic characteristics, and also about being asked to take a test to disclose that information in order to obtain goods and services. My biggest concern as a business owner was that my employees would be asked by me, because of the province, to actually ask people about private information, or what I thought was private information.
So this bill S-201, can you tell me about it?
Yeah, so what happened was, when I was looking into how I could properly administer what the province was asking me to do for them as an employer in this province, I went back and started to do some research on what the privacy laws were. When I did that, I came across Bill S-201. Bill S-201 was passed in 2017. It was ascended to the Senate on May 4th, 2017. It's an act to prohibit and prevent genetic discrimination. What I found interesting in looking into the act was that the Supreme Court of Canada had upheld this act, this bill, in July 2020. And it was interesting because that happened during this pandemic. So I thought, this is very interesting because I'm going to need to know what my obligations are under this act and under the direction of the Supreme Court of Canada, because effectively what it did, this act that I have in my hand, is it effectively made it a criminal offense under the Criminal Code of Canada in order to disclose, or ask me to disclose, any genetic information about myself to a third party, asking me to a third party when I was there at their business trying to obtain goods or services.
How would that affect my employee, or if I was an employer?
Well, the problem is, in my case with my employees, the issue I had when I read this bill was that by it making it a criminal code infraction, punishable by up to 5 years in jail, and I'll read it after to you, but it made it a concern of mine, because if my employees were violating this law, and I was asking them to violate this law on behalf of the government of Alberta, then I had a concern with that, because my understanding of the law, and I'm not a lawyer, I'm a business owner. I need to make that perfectly clear. I'm just a guy trying to get through all of this like everyone else. When I read that if I were to contravene this act, and I'll read it to you verbatim, it's right here, offenses and punishment. It says, contravention of sections 3 to 5, item 7. Every person who contravenes any sections 3 to 5 is guilty of an offense and is liable, under items A, on conviction or on indictment, to a fine not exceeding $1 million or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 5 years, or to both. Or B, on summary conviction, to a fine not exceeding $300,000 or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 12 months, or to both. What really surprised me out of all of this is when I read in Bill S-201 that it was a criminal offense in this country to do what it says is illegal in it. And when I went to the police and asked them, nobody knew about this. And that scared me. As soon as I get information back from the police on what they prescribe I should do when people are violating this law, I will let you know.